And we are back live in the studio with Joey Bats and Macy VT. It's Public Tinkles.
PT.
Oh, man, we're back at it once more.
Hey, buddy.
Round 10. Fight.
Yeah, round 10. There you go. Get this mic over here.
Oh, man, it's been a crazy couple days.
Yeah, dude. You wanna? Let's just get right into it.
Oh, we're gonna dive right in. Swan dive.
Dolphin dive.
Swan dive.
All right, so let's wrap up the trade deadline real quick.
Holy moly, what a trade deadline.
What a doozy.
A lot of people went back to their old teams, which pissed me off, but
Yeah.
is what it is. Justin Verlander's going back to the Astros. Yay.
Let's see.
Bonquiqui Hernandez went back to the Dodgers for some reason,
That was a couple days before the deadline.
even though he's crap.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm talking straight into it. The D-backs, they got some bullpen help, and that was good for me, in my opinion. That I think the deadline, if you can rank it on a scale of like, A plus, B, C, or F, whatever, I'd give it like a B plus.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. Paul Sewell is definitely going to help for sure. I mean, that guy's not going to be, the end-all, be-all of your bullpen, but that was definitely a lot better than doing nothing. I definitely don't think acquiring Jace Peterson or Tommy Pham is necessarily not a bad move, but it wasn't like, oh, we got those guys?
I agree.
I was like, okay. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'd rather be a Diamondbacks fan right now than the Mets.
Yeah, I mean, they went from full-on being buyers in this offseason, like just draining their whole source of income, to being like, yeah, now we don't think we're going to even be competitive until 2025. And now they're just like, yeah, the face of our franchise, Pete Alonso, we're going to trade him this offseason. Like, how fast are these Mets giving up?
Yeah,
That fat guy from Barstool,
Frank the Tank.
yeah, he ruined them.
Yeah, I just can't believe because, coming into this year, they had Scherzer and, well, no, they lost to Grom last year, going into this year too, but they had Verlander and Scherzer, and I'm like, all right, well, I mean, that's legit. And then, of course, they lose them both.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, man, like that's hard. It's amazing when both New York teams are sucking so hard. It's fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's good for baseball.
I love it. I love watching the Yankees lose. It brings me so much joy. Now, if only the Dodgers would lose that much, but I think that day will come at some point.
I agree.
Because just acquiring Lance Lynn and whoever that guy was, the other guy for the White Sox, is not going to be enough, in my opinion.
They
will not be the Braves.
They should have traded for more if they wanted to, like, lock in. Like, I mean, the Dodgers are already really good. They're not like. I'll give you my honest opinion. I think the Dodgers are coasting through the regular season.
I think
they're doing what the Golden State Warriors did 2 years ago when they won the championship.
I think what they were trying to do is to land Shohei, and they thought they're going to land Shohei, and then the Angels were like, yeah, no, we're not. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, we got to go get somebody.
Yeah.
The Angels, speaking of which, surprised the heck out of me by just going after people and just trading away their farm system and going all in on this season, which
it's the only way you can keep Shohei is if you go to the playoffs, you show that there's some fight in you and that you actually do want to win, which would be a remarkable turnaround for this GM and owner to all of a sudden be like, oh, we can win now? I didn't know we were allowed to do that.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea. You got to go all in. And, I mean, here's the deal. Angels fans are very loyal, man. I mean, you and I saw that firsthand going to that game.
I didn't think Angels fans were, like,
hardcore.
Okay, it's I'll just say it like it is. There are two better teams
in California
overall in California. The Angels have won 1 World Series, I think. And the Giants won 3. The Dodgers have won 1 million. I don't know how many they've won. But all of them have won more World Series very more recently than the Angels. I just didn't think those fans existed. I thought it was Disneyland out there. I thought it was like how most of Florida is. It's just like tourists. There's no fans.
Yeah.
Except Miami. There's Miami Heat fans. And there's some loyal Orlando Magic fans, but not many.
There's a lot of loyal Angels fans that just want to see that team win And you know what the coolest part is well,
Yeah.
not the coolest part, but the crazy part is they don't have Trout right now.
Yeah, I was telling you.
They're going to get him back soon.
I was telling you, when they get him back, it's going to be like some sort of like, secret trade deadline type thing.
Yeah, it's going to
be as if it were a trade deadline.
It's going to be wild.
I'm not happy with Justin Verlander going to the Astros, but I am happy he didn't go to the Dodgers. So I'll take what I can get.
I was really hoping he was going to go to the Orioles.
Me too.
I really wanted to see them do something. Now they got Jack Flaherty, which isn't bad.
It's not bad. I wanted the Rays to really go after people. Like, really, really go after people. Like, I don't know, get Blake Snell back.
Yeah.
Because there was a second there where the Padres were like, we'll listen to Blake Snell offers. And now they're like, no, we're going to be buyers. To finish in 4th place? Even another, well, at this point, I think the D-backs are just tanking. Like, it seems like they're tanking. I don't know how they keep losing. They got one good bullpen piece back, and now they're just stinking it up.
The Cubs got Jeimer Candelario back. I didn't understand that one at all. That one still makes no sense to me at all. I don't know what we're trying to do. I know we're 3.5 back from the wild card, but I'm still like, again, I love the Cubs. That's my squad, but like I just don't have it. You know what I mean? Like they're not good enough in my opinion to do it. They don't have the bullpen at all.
Same.
It's not there. Their starting rotation's okay. I mean, their lineup's decent. I'll give them that. Like our lineup's pretty solid, but they just don't have the pitching. And of course, as well as I do that, you got to have pitching in the playoffs to even get, obviously, to make it far. If you don't, you're screwed.
Yeah. Every team can hit. Not every team can pitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick before we move on, let's hear predictions for the back half of the season. Obviously, we're going to talk about it more, but now that the trade deadline's over, all the big roster moves are done, where do you see your Cubs finishing? I want to ask you a couple more teams, but where do you see the Cubs finishing?
I don't see them making the playoffs.
Okay.
I don't see it with our pitching right now, And again, like I'll be honest with everybody. This obviously, but I'll tell everybody I'm very real when it comes to my sports teams. I'm not one of those morons who's like, oh my God, we're gonna win the World Series. I'm like, no. Like my realistic opinion, no, they're not. They don't have enough. It's the sad truth.
They're a year or two away.
Maybe. We have a decent farm system though. There's a guy right now. His name's Pete Crow Armstrong. He's gonna come up and be big for us.
I thought you guys just called him up.
He's in AAA right now.
Oh, I saw this thing online.
That kid's a stud. So right now we're okay. You know what I mean? We could be good in a couple of years. Right now,
All right.
I don't see it.
For the D-backs, I think they're going to be fighting. Like, fighting.
They're going to have to fight tooth and nail to get to the wild card.
Dude, they're going to be selling their souls to make the playoff. They're going to have to do something dangerous. And I'm just glad they didn't trade a whole bunch of people at the offseason, or at the trade deadline, because there's some people in their minor league system that I'm like, wait for them to get to the big league level. They're supposed to do good. Anyway, so.
And Nick Ahmed's still their starting shortstop.
You said Shart on accident, and that would be correct. He is our
either way it doesn't matter.
Stop. He's not our starting shortstop. That's Geraldo Perdomo. But Nick Ahmed still is occupying a roster spot, and that fucking sucks. Oh, I swore. Sorry. But we're gonna move on to something that I like talking about more, because I hate the Diamondbacks. I don't hate them. I'm just a loyal fan. The Suns. They got sexy new uniforms. And I don't know if I'll buy one because I'm that weirdo. But they look good, dude.
I love the retro take with the new school take. Here's the deal. I still think they need to bring back the Valley jerseys in some way.
Same.
But I definitely
get rid of that turquoise thing. I don't care about the heritage. I don't care. Bring back. If it looks good, it looks good. But the turquoise doesn't even look good. Moving on.
I agree. But what I will say is I love the old school with the new school take and how it just looks amazing.
Yeah. That sunburst with the
suns
fade
in it. Yeah, I think it looks sick.
The sun trail.
I'll definitely buy one. I'm gonna buy a white Devin Booker one when I have the money. I'm definitely gonna buy one. I got to.
If they're still
It's tradition at this point.
if they're still $120, like if they don't raise their price, I might get one. But
If you and I can afford to go to a Suns game this year, I'll definitely buy one.
I'd rather just go with my Valley jersey.
Yeah.
And-
With my Jalen Smith Valley jersey. Oh man. When those came out, I was literally like stalking the website, and I remember like Books was there, and I had it in a medium. And I was like, all right, cool. And I went to do something for like 5 minutes. I came back, gone. DA gone.
Yeah.
Landry Shamet, all there. I was like, nah, I'm good. And then there was then the last one that they had was Jalen Smith in my size, and I was like, we just drafted him, so I was like, all right, you know what? You
Maybe
never know.
he'll be good.
You never know. Screw
Yeah.
it. So I'm probably one of the only people in Phoenix with the Jalen Smith jersey.
Dude, he received his players like NBA Association check for fans buying his jersey. He's like, someone bought my jersey. It's like a check for like $40. He's like, what the? He probably threw the check away. He's like, I don't need that.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny when I bought that. You still give me shit for that.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, really?
I was like,
it's the only one they had. It
I
still
was
looks
like,
cool.
you couldn't have waited? Like, they restocked like 4 months later. You couldn't have waited?
I think that's the one thing I don't like about the Suns is that they suck at restocking anything. They are horrible.
I don't know.
I know you don't check as much as I do,
Yeah.
but before they're stocking jerseys is absolute crap. I mean, they just don't. And I don't know why.
Is it all jerseys or just like the
It's all
alternates?
jerseys. It's all jerseys.
Huh.
They just are complete
Is that-
ass.
Is that because? Sorry for interrupting you. Is that because like the Suns are popular all of a sudden, or is that because is that every team?
Could be the supply chain. I don't know. But either way, I think it's horseshit, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I want a Devin Booker jersey. Let me get a Devin Booker jersey. You know what I mean? It's that simple. If that's one of your most popular players in the NBA, I don't care where he is, you should be stocked on jerseys. Like, they are never out of LeBron James jerseys. They are never out of Luka Doncic jerseys. They are never out of Jason Tatum jerseys. They are never out of Ja Morant jerseys. You know what I mean?
Well, that's because it's hard to buy a jersey with a gun pointed at you.
That's my point. So, it should be the same rules when it comes to Devin Booker. Like, there's no difference, in my opinion, at all.
It's weird because at the end of the year, it'll be like, LeBron's number one.
They're never
Trae
out of
Young's
Steph.
number
They're
two.
never out of Steph Curry jerseys ever, or Klay Thompson.
It'll say Book's like number 6, but like if they're never in stock, how can he be in? I don't care. I don't care enough. That's why I don't get into
it's BS.
jerseys.
It's BS. So fix that.
I agree.
ASAP Mob.
I don't know what that is. I'm kidding.
I'm like, you know exactly what that means. What are you talking about?
Just don't like them. I don't like their music. That's What else? Did something else happen with the Suns?
You got Bradley Beal. That was cool.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
He wears my number, dude.
Number 3.
Means I can't play on the Suns
BCBT.
in 2K because he's got my number.
Ouch. My leg. My leg.
You showed me this TikTok today, or last night, of a Homer. It was Homer Simpson.
Wasn't that last episode?
Was it?
Pretty sure. Yeah, that was definitely last episode.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we played it.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the full podcast.
Probably should have.
Anyway,
Oh, look at our ADHD brains coming into play here.
just crickets going on inside. There's not much. Dude, my cricket in my brain has ADHD. It's already thinking about other things. It's thinking about what leaf it's going to hide behind.
Oh, is it raining in your mind?
A little bit foggy.
Okay, that's not good. You should change that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm in love with these mics.
Yeah, dude, these mics are legit.
Yeah. Watching like 3 years, if we're any better at this, that, we look back on, episode 10 and we're like, those mics were trash, dude. You didn't use like the Zebra 42 mic. Dude, well, how are you using this mic? You could have been using the blue Pachubi, right? Or whatever. I don't know.
Well, it's amazing going from like holding your own mic and just kind of guessing, and now we're actually like getting into the technical part of it, where we're actually like not changing our voices, but making them sound better with actual professional microphones and
Yeah, this
like there's
forces,
a stand, like we have stands and stuff, and it's just like
we have a
cool.
tripod. Bless you.
Gracias.
We
do have a tripod.
A tripod, a state flag. Not gonna say it.
You're here somehow.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. Okay, so Arizona State.
Oh God.
You're a fan. Your family, they've gone to ASU. They are graduates.
I'm not. Die-hard Devil.
That's all right.
One of those
Today,
dudes.
they just changed their name of the stadium. The stadium has been the same name since, what, the 50s?
It fucking opened.
Yankee Stadium. Fenway Park.
Wrigley Field.
What's another one?
Dodger Stadium.
Dodger Stadium.
Angel Stadium.
Angel Stadium. Well, I mean, that one's not as old. Actually, that is old.
It's that's
That's
pretty
very,
old.
very old. ASU. What's that called? Arizona. What was it?
Just Sun Devil Stadium.
Sun Devil Stadium. Now it's Bank of
Mountain America, or like Mountain America Stadium or something stupid like that. Just another company taking it over. I'm like, you know what, man? I'm over this shit. Like, really? Like, you're going to take a great name like Sun Devil Stadium and you're going to freaking put a dumbass thing in front of it like that. Like, cool, like Mountain America. All right, you know what? That's not as bad. It's not like, Wells Fargo or something, even though their basketball stadium is Wells Fargo Center. But still, it's like, really? Like, they did that with freaking the Suns Arena. I remember back in the day we used to be called U.S. Airways Center or American Airlines Arena. Or, no, what was it?
Talking Stick.
Yeah, God. No, or what was it from the very beginning? I think it was American Airways. Anyway, U.S. Airways Center. I remember that. Purple Palace. Used to call it Chase Field, Banquet Ballpark. Those are the good old days.
Yeah.
I hate it, bro. You know
it's
what I mean?
weird when stadiums get corporate sponsorships.
It's one thing if, like, I know people are going to be like, but Joey, it's still called Mountain of American Field at Sun Devil Stadium at Frankish Field. It's like, dude, it's too much. Stop. Just fucking call it Sun Devil Stadium. It's not that difficult. Please. Just call it that. No, you don't need a corporate sponsor in front of everything. Like, guess what? Just because they call it Mountain of America Field at Sun Devil Stadium at Frankish Field does not mean that Mountain of fucking America is going to get more business. I bet you it won't.
No.
I bet you it doesn't change shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? It just doesn't. It does not make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It just pisses me off.
Pisses me off, Julian.
Just want to. Yeah. No, it's bueno.
So, sticking with college athletics.
Yay.
The Pac-12
is falling apart.
Dissolving before our eyes. Now, I want to say this. As a consumer of football, at least collegiately, from a distance, I want to say getting out of the Pac-12 would be the best and smartest move ASU has done since, I don't know, becoming a thing.
Since beating Nebraska in 97.
Whatever. They might not. They might stay in the Pac-3, okay? Just so that they can have Stanford as a rival. What's your opinion on this? Are you a homer? Are you listening to the dumb president who's just like, I might stay? Or are you like, no, get out, go to the Big 12 or whatever, Big 10, and chase money, chase better athletics?
You know me. I mean, I love college football. I turned you on to college football. You're not really a big college football guy. You're more of an NFL guy, which is fine. But here's the deal. The Pac-12 sucks. And it's not, even with everybody
it's sucked for years.
And even with everybody that's in it now, they still suck. Like, they don't win. Even when they get to go to the bowl games, they still don't win. Utah had a huge lead against Penn State. I forgot if it was last year or the year before, and they blew it and lost by a lot.
You blew it!
In the Rose Bowl. And it's like, dude, how? And just, I'll pick on ASU for a minute because I can, because I've been a fan ever since I was born. You know what I mean? Like, they suck. They don't win their bowl games. They don't. They're crap. And I hate saying that because I love my Sun Devils, but they suck. And it's absolutely horrible. And it's like that with all Pac-12. I mean, most of the Pac-12 teams that actually get to a bowl game, they usually get stomped on because you have to face the Big 12, or you have to face the SEC, or you have to face the Big 10, where those schools are a lot better with a lot more better competition. Like, if you threw ASU into the freaking the SEC, we would literally lose. Or fuck it. Let's throw USC into that mix just for funsies for a second. Let's throw USC into the SEC. That's a lot of SECs and a lot of Cs. Anyway, if you throw USC in the SEC, they would not win a game.
Definitely not.
They'd beat Kentucky. That's about it.
They beat Kentucky. I think they would.
Georgia would manhandle them. LSU would manhandle them. Alabama would manhandle them. Auburn would manhandle them.
Yeah.
Tennessee would manhandle them.
Auburn would whoop. Yeah, and I'm more of a Alabama fan than anything, just because of my family in Florida.
Florida would manhandle them.
Yeah.
I mean, all those schools.
Florida State would handle them. Just serve them. I know it's the ACC.
That's the ACC.
Dude,
but
the ACC would cook them. That's how bad USC and everybody. That's why I can't watch it. Like, I'll go to. By the way, ASU fans, tremendous fans. Every game I've gone to has been an early season, middle of freaking September. It's still hot outside, facing like Utah Tech State of North Dakota. You're like, what? Sellout.
Southern Utah.
Sellout crowd. I'm like, all right. I can get behind this. This is a loyal fan base. Everyone's doing, I don't know the cheers, but they're all doing, Sparky. And I'm like, you know what?
Better than Utah
it's legit.
fans going like this. Ute. That's so dumb.
The U. It's the same thing, just less fingers.
I love the U, though.
Why? There's more fingers?
Nah, just because I always wanted to go play baseball there.
I'm kidding. Yeah. It's all about the U.
Mm-hmm. I always like ASU student section. Whenever they get the first down their student section, if you can ever hear it, it goes 1, 2, 3, first down, bitch.
College,
loved it.
College athletics are different.
It's just fun, man. It's just it's the love of your school, and it's so intense, and it's so much fun. Especially the rivalry games.
Speaking of that, if U of A leaves, U of Gay. If U of
thank you. Like, say it right.
Yeah.
We don't say U of A in this house. We say U of Gay.
I had to say it right one time for the audience who they needed to know who I was talking about. So if that school in Tucson leaves, yeah, I know. If they leave the Pac-12 and ASU stays, do you even count them as a rival still? Because they probably won't play.
No. You know why? Because if they go to the Big 12, they're not going to do any better anyway. They're going to get pummeled. They're going to get pummeled. Yeah. Oh, yeah, go play Oklahoma. Go see how well that goes. Oh, you're going to go play with Baylor? Have fun.
Well, I mean, they're not going to do it this season. They would
know.
do it in the next season, so they'll have time to get recruits.
I'm just saying, they're not going to do any better. Really, you're going to attract people to go to Tucson, Arizona? There's nothing there.
Dude, so many people are moving to this state alone. I'm sure people would go to Tucson.
Tucson's a shithole.
Yeah.
And I will never go down there.
Yeah, I go down there a lot for my work. It's terrible. I'll tell you that. But you know what? I see why people will go there.
The only reason why I would actually go down there is to watch ASU beat the hell out of them, or if we have a show down there at some point. But all I'm going to do is just give them all shit, and they're going to hate me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be proud of it.
No, I'm a Phoenician. I root for the Phoenix Suns, not the Tucson Suns.
Oh, dude, you ever stayed at the Phoenician?
The Phoenician.
I always call it that, and people are like, it's the Phoenician. I'm like, no, it's the Phoenician.
Dude, I took a girl on a date, and she told me that she used to work at that hotel.
The Phoenician?
The Phoenician, yeah.
Ooh.
The Phoenician.
On Thomas Road?
It's on, I think it's on Camelback.
Yeah, it's on Camelback. I just like saying that.
It's close to Thomas. And,
never forget when you told me that. I was like, what? That's what you call it? That's amazing.
Dude. I was like, that's like first grade. And she asked me on the first date, she was like, my body count is 15. Is that too high? And I was like, well, for some people it might be. But one thing's for sure, this isn't a date anymore. I thought you were a wholesome lady.
Macy hitting her with the truth.
Nah, there's people out there to be like, Macy, that's so rude. That's not a high body count. Mine's 42. That's low. I'm like, all right.
You know what that is, Macy? It's experience.
Yeah. She's experienced some trauma for sure. You know what else she experiences? The streets.
Ooh. All right, Future. She belongs to the streets.
He does that. I like cheesecake. Related night cheesecake.
I love how rappers can just say random stuff and it just doesn't
That's
matter.
why I
It
laugh
can
at it.
instantly become famous.
That's why I laugh at it, because
But-
people are like, oh, dude, that's bars. And he's just like, I eat granola bars. He's like, dude, sometimes I just eat Frosted Flakes.
Put your pussy
then
lips
I-
on live, I'll give you $1,000.
Dude, one time Future said, that's pussy.
I know. I still love that, though.
Put your pussy lips on live, I'll give you $1,000. I'm sorry, that is so funny. Oh, my Lord. Dude, I'm sweating.
Oh, that's one of my favorite ones.
He's the funniest person I've ever met. I didn't meet him. He's the funniest person I've ever heard.
Listen to 2 Chainz rap, dude. It's so funny.
I'm trying to think
I'm
of something.
different. Yeah, I'm different.
No, you're not.
Pull up to the scene with the ceiling missing. You're like, what? You probably need a ceiling if it starts raining, bro.
Okay. Okay.
I'm well aware it's a rap, like, innuendo thing where it's like it means something else. Or it's a car or something.
I'm just running through that song in my head right now. Dude, man. I think it's hilarious how any rapper, if they have some notoriety, can say whatever they want. And people will just take that and just be like, ooh, that's an Instagram caption. Oh, I'm getting that tattooed on my arm or whatever. It's just be like,
You know what I really want?
a yogurt.
I want some of my dad's sayings to get to that point. Because my dad's got some great ones.
I think any middle-aged white guy dad has said some things in his time that deserve to be struck from memory
Wanna
because
know-
they are foul.
You want to know which one he gave you the other day?
Hmm.
It's like, Joey, I wouldn't stick my dick into a cheese grater.
Most people shouldn't.
I'm like, you know what, Dad? Good idea.
Good job, Dad. You
He's
made it 50-plus years of
he's-
not putting your wiener in a grater.
He's got some amazing sayings. That's where I got probably most of them, to be honest with you. God, he's got so many. He's gonna be on the podcast at some point. I'm gonna get him on here, and he's gonna talk.
I won't
about
know what to do. I don't think I've had a conversation with your dad for more than like 5 minutes.
My dad's a wild card, but it'll be hilarious.
Oh, he's going to be on here. Dude, we're going to get taken off YouTube. Dude, imagine both our dads going at it. They've never
Oh
met.
no.
Imagine both our dad. My dad's just over here giving the, the history on, 1930s Ford engines. He's not even into cars. He just heard it on a podcast.
That's hilarious.
It's awesome.
A Model T. You're like,
The 1937 Mustang was the first generation, and it was used primarily in Hitler's armada as they were traveling through the Third Reich. And you're like, did I miss some steps? Like, did I miss a part of the story? Like, why are we in Germany?
when did we travel?
Dude, Hitler's... Oh, thought of a joke I wrote. Can't say it on the pod. Hitler's Rolls Royce sold for $5.5 million one time at an auction here in Scottsdale.
Oh, Barrett Jackson?
Yeah, like a year ago, 2 years ago. Oh, no, it was like the day before Kobe died.
That's great.
And that, sorry for bringing that part up, but that's just how I remembered it because I remember writing a joke that night about Hitler's car. And
Bert Kreischer has one of his Cubs.
That's tremendous.
He's like, I don't know if I should destroy it or not. And Tom's like, dude, that's worth a lot of money. Don't destroy it.
He just starts getting all red and puffy. Dude, I'm kind of jealous. That guy doesn't have to worry about his health. And he can just be a fat, alcoholic, just beached whale
Just a mush.
of a human being. What a lucky guy.
It's amazing, isn't it? Like that dude. I wonder when that's going to catch up to him. It's going to catch up to him at some point.
The first time it catches up to him, I bet he goes stone sober.
So not sober October, but sober forever.
Yeah, it's like sober cemetery. Like straight laced. He'll have a beer like on a Friday, but it'll be one.
Yeah.
I imagine it's gonna hit like how it hit my dad. My dad used to just throw him back. I mean, you've seen my dad. He's got a fucking beer belly.
A little bit.
Not as big as Bert, though. Bert is the machine. His beer belly is the size of a hot air balloon. But, my dad's got a little bit of a hard gut. And when it hit my dad, like, he just sober for, like, I think 7 years. And now he doesn't drink ever. But it was like, yeah, it's Thanksgiving. I'll have a drink. I'll have a wine. I'll have a white wine because the red wine catches up to you. Or the other way around. I don't know. I don't know anything about drinks.
I don't whine, so I don't know.
I don't whine. I don't complain. You ever have any, things you wish you didn't do that you just randomly remember and you're like, oh, I didn't want to remember that today?
Of course. I'm trying to remember which one was or which one recently, to be honest with you.
I got an embarrassing one.
Hit us.
So, this is about, I don't know, maybe 4th grade? I was a little tyke.
Youngin.
I was in class, and I had just moved to this new school. And in the previous school, you were allowed to just leave to go to the bathroom. And that's awesome. So I go to the new school, and we're a couple weeks in. And the first time I have to, really go to the bathroom, I'm like, oh, man, this is weird. And so I ask, I'm like, hey, teach, can I go to the bathroom? And she's like, no, we're doing a lesson. Can you please hold it? And I was like, okay. And then, I really couldn't hold it anymore. I asked her again. I'm like, hey, can I please go? And she's like, Macy, please hold it. I'm like, all right, whatever. And it was just getting to the point where I was like, dude,
I'm going to flip this desk.
I can't hold it. I can't hold it. And so I was just, panicking. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I've already asked twice. And, before I can ask again, a little bit came out. I was like, oh, no.
Was it piss or was it shit?
Piss. 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 Piss out my ass. Sorry. South Park. But yeah, so a little bit of pee came out. My butt. Sorry. A little bit of pee came out. Public Tinkles. A little bit came out, and I was like, oh, man. And I was just, kind of feeling around, not with my hand, but just, moving my pants with my arms. I'm like, is it a lot? And I can feel like it's not a lot. I'm like, okay, maybe I can get away with a little more. Beep.
Oh, bro.
Dude, I really had to go, and she wasn't letting me go. And so I was like, Teach, can I please go? And she's like, Macy, please stop interrupting the class. And I was like, what do I do? And so I'm just like, all right, here's the third one.
All of it.
Beep. It all came out. Just flowed, just was sprinkling. The girl in front of me just drenched my backpack. The seat was soaked. My pants looked like I was wearing kind of gray pants. You can see it. And I was like, yeah, teacher. And she's like, Macy, oh my gosh. Macy, go to the nurse. And I was like, okay. And I left. Dude, teacher had to clean it up.
Serves her right.
I mean,
Bitch.
I was thoroughly embarrassed.
Let the homie go.
Yeah, she gave me a yellow card.
Free my homie Macy, bro. Free him.
I was so embarrassed because
I would be.
Dude, no, I was so embarrassed because
I definitely would be.
I walked past this kid from another class. We all used to see each other at recess. So he's like one of my basketball friends. And I walked past him and he's like, "Oh, Macy, what's up?" And I'm like, "Oh, hey, Mike." And he's just like, "Mace, what's wrong with your tush?" I was like, that's the first time I ever heard someone call anything tush. I was like, what? And he goes, you're tush. Turn around. It looks like you sat in water. And I was like, oh, God. Oh, dear God. And I was like, oh, yeah, I just sat in some water. I'm going to the nurse to get new pants. And he's like, okay. And then I was like, fuck, dude, I pissed my pants.
Dude, I embarrassed myself in front of Mike. Fuck.
Dude, Mike has a killer crossover. Now he'll never pick me for pickup.
He'll never pass it to me. Damn it.
Frick.
I'm just me a center.
Yeah.
I got one for you. Well, it's not going to top that one.
You don't have to top it.
But it's 6th grade science class. I'm bored. And because whatever we were learning about, I didn't care about, obviously. And so I'm sitting there, and I end up falling asleep.
Oh.
Just, like, honestly, falling asleep. Like, just straight knocked out.
Rad.
And apparently, from what my buddy told me, she asked the girl next to me to move. And she just sat there and waited for me. Because I like how the usual do it, where you just lay your head down, you put your face in your arms, and you're just out.
Yeah.
And I knocked out for at least, I think it was like 15-ish, like 10, 15 minutes. And she just sat there and waited. And the entire class was just like, okay. All of a sudden, I felt a tap on my shoulder, and I thought someone was fucking with me. So I did this with my elbow.
Dude.
I thought I hit something, so I stopped, and I was like, huh? And I looked up, and she was like right here. And I was like, ah! And I jumped out, because we sat on like wood chairs. We didn't have like, at least in my science class, it wasn't like actual chairs. You sat under like wood stools kind of thing.
Yeah.
Scared the hell out of me. I screamed and I jumped out of my stool, and I flew back and fell on the ground. Of course, everyone's laughing at me, and I'm like, ugh. And she's like, did you have a nice nap?
She's so passive aggressive.
I got up, and I was like, yeah, and so you woke me up.
Ooh. Murdered.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Man.
Oh, yeah, here, I got one for you.
Okay.
I didn't have a great time in middle school, but I jammed my finger playing basketball. And this girl so the gym teacher put us in groups, and we got to name our teams, and I was like, yeah, let's be the Suns, because I was like, yeah, I'm a Suns guy. Like, let's go, even though everybody was a Bulls fan. And this girl on our team was like, no, we're going to call it team volleyball. And I was like, but
That's not how it works.
We're playing basketball. That's not, why can't we be the Suns? She's like, no, we're team volleyball. And, of course, the teacher came around like, what's your other team name? She's like, team volleyball. And I'm like, oh, bro, why can't we be the fucking Suns, bitch? And so we're playing, and we're sucking, and I'm like, this is stupid. I'm like, pass me the ball. I'm wide open. So she passed it to me, and for some reason, I looked away because I was going to pass it to one of my other friends, and it went straight into my pinky and just bent it backwards. I felt this searing pain in my finger, and I was like, ugh. Ow, ow, ow. Like, I walked out of the gym in the hallway, and I'm pacing back and forth like a psychopath, like Trevor in GTA, just ow, 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 ow. My finger's getting puffy as heck. I go back in the gym, and I go back to the teacher, and I was like, hey, I think I broke it. He's like, cool, go to the nurse. And so I was like, sweet. And so I go to the nurse, and she wraps it, like, does the thing where, like, they wrap your, like, your middle finger and your pinky together. And she's like, yeah, I think you're okay. Goes back, and I go back actually in the same science class.
Wow.
And because I'm a moron,
Sure.
I had one of those helper teachers in every one of my classes for the most part.
Oh, you were a legal moron.
I was a dipshit. Oh, yeah, I was hardcore stupid. So,
all right.
And for those of you who are like, no, Joe, you're not stupid. You're just special. Yeah, I know.
Have you heard the first 9 episodes?
Uncle Special. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and I'm in pain, dude. Like, it hurts. Like, I'm hurting. Like, it hurts so much. Like, it's throbbing in pain.
Yeah.
And my helper teacher, she's like, pay attention. I'm like, my finger hurts. And she's like, look at me. I don't care. Pay attention to the science lesson. And I was like, but my finger hurts. And she's like, I don't care. Pay attention.
You're going to need to know what photosynthesis is.
Honestly, yeah. And so I was just like, ow, okay. So I tried paying attention. Of course, I had severe ADHD still. And I couldn't pay attention. Eventually, I just got so pissed off that I just walked out of the room where both teachers were like, Joey, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going out of here. And I called my mom, and I was like, hey, Mom, my finger hurts really badly. I jammed it. I think I broke it. Can you please come get me? And she ended up getting me. And fun fact, I have a picture from that experience. If we had technology and we knew how to use it, I would show that picture now, but I don't. Or we don't.
Technology.
But yeah, I didn't break it. It's just jammed really bad. But yeah, that was fun.
Does it fix? Is it stuck? Or like how football players when their shit's all broke?
It's just bent a little. Other than that, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
No, it's not too bad. I didn't break it. I just jammed it. Have you broken anything? Besides your heart?
My achy breaky heart.
I just don't think you understand.
I'm trying to think, man. No, dude, I had a dentist break my jaw.
That's cool.
He was removing my wisdom teeth, and he was just like, I knocked him out. Now's a good time to break his jaw.
Wait, you had yours? You were out for that?
Yes.
You lucky asshole. I wasn't.
You were probably given the opportunity to choose, right?
No.
No.
No,
Why?
because I had really bad anxiety back then. Like, well, not that I don't have it now, but like I had very bad anxiety back when I had it. No way, dude. I would have, if they would have told me, yeah, hey, we'll knock you out for this, I would have been like, oh, okay, cool. I'll feel a lot better about this. No, I was wide awake, bro.
Why? Why? Was the anxiety like a worried thing for them? They were worried you were going to like pass away?
No, anxiety had nothing to do with it. I'm just saying I had really bad anxiety, so I would have rather have been knocked out.
Oh.
So I didn't have
misunderstood
to feel
you.
anything.
My fault. Dude, that's...
Let me tell you, don't ever get your wisdom teeth taken out while you're wide awake and just on laughing gas. It sucks and you feel everything. Dude, I have very vivid memories of the dentist literally putting his knee on my rib cage and yanking as hard as he can, trying to get my wisdom tooth out. And of course, like, it wasn't one of those yanks where, like, you know, he's like he was yanking where, like, his arm was flexing and my mouth kept moving. Where I was yanking my head back like I was getting punched. Let me tell you how much fun that wasn't.
Ouch.
Yeah, don't ever do that.
Where'd you get that done? Like, Iraq?
It was in the middle of Budapest.
Well, how was Budapest? Other than that?
No, it was actually up by where we used to live. I'm not going to give away the location, nor am I going to give away where it actually is, but...
I will. No. So it's just one of those dentists up there?
Yeah,
You don't have to say... Yeah, I know not which dentist, but I know the type of dentist set up there. They're not for that.
No, I if I could do it over
I
again,
went to a place that not specializes, but only does like mouth surgery. Like those people, they probably do like teeth whitening too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
Well, that's my first mistake, but I was a kid. I wasn't a kid, but I was like 17, 18, so I didn't know any better back then.
Your dad or whoever was probably making the appointment for you. It's not like, you know.
Yeah, so I was it just wasn't. Yeah. Like I said, don't do that.
No,
it's horrible.
I think no, I've never broken a bone. Man, no, dude, I've been very lucky. I haven't broken anything.
I've rolled my ankle a bunch.
Yeah.
Rolled my ankle.
Oh, everyone's done.
Jammed my pinky, jammed other fingers.
Yeah.
Gotten hit in probably almost every part of my body with a ball.
Would you rather get a paper cut in the webs of your hands, all of them, like
Jackass style?
Steve-O, yeah, or would you rather have a scissor, like a actual scissors, like meat scissors, to the septum right here, your nose?
I guess they're like at the paper cuts.
Yeah, I think I went too hard.
Yeah, you went a little too overboard.
I couldn't think of a second option. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I've always wanted to break one of my bones though, not on purpose, obviously, not like I'm not a nut job, but just to see what it feels like, because like it always looks like such a weird experience, because you snap it, and then you're just like, oh, quick story before we're done. 8th grade football.
8th grade.
First game against Warren. Fuck Warren. Anyway, we're playing Warren. And it's almost halftime, and we go around for a running route, for this nice running route. My buddy gets the ball. Me and my other friend are blocking for him. My other friend gets tackled or, like, thrown down. He lands on his hands as his hand's about to touch the ground. He's pretty much putting two kids in full pads forces on it.
Oh, no.
And his arm snaps.
Oh, no.
Right in the middle of his arm. And I heard it. I'll never forget that sound. The play's done. He stands up first. I sit up, and I look at him, and his arm's hanging down. And he, looks at me, and he's like, ah! And I'm like, oh. That's all I said. I was just like, oh. Oh. And
Oh,
he
my.
runs over the sideline. He's like, Mom! Mom! And both our coaches throw their stuff, and they help him out. An ambulance came on the field, and we ended up losing in overtime. But, yeah, that was gnarly.
You know what else was gnarly?
Fun fact, he didn't play the rest of the season.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Shout out to Kyle.
I hope he's okay. He probably can't use his hand the same way most people can.
Shout out to Eric for getting promoted to AAA. And shout out to our boy. He's going to become a dad, dude.
Yes.
He's going to become a dad. You know who you are, you beautiful bastard. We are so happy and so proud of you. We love you. That'll do it for Public Tinkles. We are unfortunately out of time, unless you want to keep going.
I like keep going, but I am mentally drained. I unfortunately have a day job, so that took up a lot of space today in my brain cavities.
Well, there you go. Folks,
We'll get better at this.
we love you. We appreciate you for listening.
PT. Oh, there goes the mic.
Another fabulous day here in the PT studios. Later.